There was another question here that was put up, but Ed had mentioned that he wanted to segue to something else off of this instead of going on with the next question in line. Um, there's all these comments we've been making about what you can do with regards to helping out veterans in your life, or even not ones that are directly in your life. The veteran suicide statistic is horrible, and where did it go? Ed, my apologies. The question just disappeared off my screen.
You got right to the punchline, and you let everybody hang, Kyle.
My apologies.
Yeah, it was. Are there programs you recommend that folks can volunteer with or donate to that will actually make a difference?
Walk the Talk America.
What was that?
Walk the Talk America. It's an organization that basically deals with suicide. A lot of the people they deal with are veterans, and I know that Walk the Talk America has done some stuff there. I think that the saddest statistic about suicide isn't just the veteran suicide, but the number of active military that have been committing suicide lately is just unbelievable. And I know, that number 22 every day is there. The reality is that 22 encompasses not just current conflict veterans, but it covers veterans from the Vietnam conflict through Bosnia Herzegovina, the African conflicts. So it's not just current conflict veterans. So it's still a horrific thing. It reminds me that in the mid 70s, roughly 2/3 of the penal population in the United States were Vietnam veterans. So just to give you an idea of the effect that happens there. So yeah, I think Walk the Talk America. Be really careful about what organizations you decide to get involved with and contribute to. Do your research. I'm not going to call out any one particular one, but there are several out there that make a huge amount of money off of basically pimping on veterans and veterans' needs, and pay huge amounts of salaries to their executives, and don't do a whole lot except for pass out a blanket and tell you what a good person you are. And I'll leave it at that.
I'll second your throwing Walk the Talk America out there. The guy that runs it, Michael Sodini, great guy. He's actually showed up at a Liberal Gun Club annual meeting and spoken to the group and to everyone. So he shows up. He knows a lot of people in LGC now. Awesome guy, great organization. So yeah, definitely. I'll second that one.
Yeah. There are a lot of organizations out there. Just, you got to do some investigation. Just don't jump on the bandwagon just because it sounds like they do good things. I'd be looking at some of the organizations that deal with homelessness, especially veteran homelessness. There are a lot of them out there. Almost every major city has somebody that's involved in housing homeless veterans and providing services that aren't necessarily given by the VA.
I'll just chime in with pretty much every city in America, every small town in America has a hall or a church somewhere that holds AA meetings. They could use a few bucks.
Yeah. Alcohol and drugs is a big issue for many.
Very few people commit suicide who also aren't heavily in the bottle or pills or some combination. Yep. So, I mean, it's all related.
Anything else? Because we can keep going if there are questions that you feel would be good to deal with now.
Yeah, we have another one.
This is getting into lighter topics. We have a question from currently serving airmen from 88 to now. So in a while. Thoughts on allowing service members carry on post when it comes to actually carrying?
I saw that one pop up and I was like, oh, I have thoughts. Okay, so as I mentioned earlier, I served 93 to 96, peacetime. I was stationed in Germany. If any of y'all ever did any time there, you know what that means. So I have peacetime war stories. And the idea of any of us having our own firearms available is horrifying. Holy shit. No, 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 no. No way. Because we fought each other all the time.
Yep.
All the time. In the barracks, downrange at the bars, at the NCO club. I mean, the parking lot at AFES. Like, we were some fighting motherfuckers all the time. We fought for sport. And if any of us would have had access to firearms, bad news. No, 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 no. Now, like an NCO who's married and lives off post and has his shit wired together, you know, that's a different thing. But at least as far as single soldiers in the barracks, horrible idea.
We had
Not that good of an
Thunderdome.
idea, just on duty ever.
Yep. Yeah, we had Thunderdome stenciled across our berthing, or the entrance to our berthing on the ship. And it got used.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree with that. I mean, guns all over base like that too many young people, emotions, drunkenness, fighting all the time. We did the same thing on, you can imagine on a Marine base, right? All those, young people trained to fight and they want to do it, So yeah, it's that'd be a bad situation. I spent a little time on base, as an MP, and we didn't bring our guns home at night. We checked them in and checked them out at the PMO office, and that's where they stayed in the armory. Just because you were an MP, you didn't take your guns with you back to your barracks room or your house. But yeah, it's bad idea for all those young people to have guns on base, for sure.
I don't know, because I'm not a current conflict veteran, but I can tell you that having a bunch of people around you with guns in conflict can be pretty goddamn hairy if you get pissed off. You go out, you tie a little something on, you come back, somebody says the wrong thing, and next thing you know, you just stitched your buddy. So the idea of in a peacetime military where you're already kind of pissy because people are telling you to do shit you don't really feel like you want to do, and it doesn't take much for somebody to piss you off. Man, having a fucking gun, no, I don't think so.
Yeah.
That's kind of like arming teachers, it's like bad idea, really bad idea.
Yeah, if you wanted to have more security on a base, then maybe people that are on duty, certain people could carry a gun. Certain people do already, but you can, do more of that maybe. But I don't know. That's a whole different topic and rabbit hole to go down. But yeah, you should.
Yeah, people who haven't served may not realize is just because you wear a uniform doesn't mean you know what the hell you're doing with a gun.
Yep.
So you got to understand that. Like I said, I think in my uniform, I touched a gun maybe a handful of times. That was just to qualify to. That's like, okay, yes, you can hit the broadside of a barn. You're good to go. And it's just I've also seen some stuff. I mean, Air Force, we're supposed to be the well-behaved guys, and I've seen some dumb shit. To me, it's just like, why? Just don't. I mean, this is why we have security forces, air police, I guess, what they would call it in Lonny's time. But yeah, this is why we've got these folks. And it seems like you're just looking for it's a solution that's looking for a problem.
I think a lot of folks too, outside of the military, and hell, even myself, just being a dumb kid going into boot camp, you get the idea that being in will give you this it's going to be this crucible where you get this deep discipline that you never knew you had within you or what have you. And the sad reality of boot camp was just that there are people that can't fold a fucking shirt, no matter, how many times they're showing how to fold this damn shirt, and then you all got to suffer for it. So you just kind of realize that, yeah, well, maybe I'm not as dumb as my stepdad said, but the bar wasn't really set that high. So just a lot of folks I don't think know that. So there were a lot of people that I served with, and I wouldn't want them anywhere near a gun just because they would just act a fool.